Ready?
Yep. Live in 2-1. Oh, it's already live.
We live. Let's get it.
Yo, yo.
You are not hallucinating. You are not tripping. We are back in the flesh. Sometimes I'm always right. Podcast. Was it episode 11? Yeah.
12.
11.
I think it's 12.
Hold on.
It don't matter. We back. I think it's 12. I had 12 pre-programmed the last time when I dropped the ball. So I think it's 12.
Oh, okay. All right. 11, 12, 11.5, whichever one it is, we back. First one of the new year.
2021.
2021.
My coffee, would you?
New beginnings. Take a shot today. Got my little mimosa. You know what I'm saying?
Big glass don't even look like it to stand up.
My fancy glass.
That's too dark for a mimosa, man. You need more champagne in there.
I want to tell everybody happy Martin Luther King Day. Happy MLK Day today. It's a special day, especially for our family, as our grandmother, Josephine McCord, she marched alongside Martin Luther King a number of times. She was down for the movement. So it's a day that we don't take lightly. We celebrate because, you know, she was down and she was for the betterment of the people. And so we always look forward to this day and celebrate it.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Even though she looked like a little white lady, she was black and she was down for the black people.
Definitely. I'll probably post a picture up later. I tried to throw it into the stream thing, but it wouldn't allow me to. This is the free version, so we just testing out a few ones. So cut us some slack. Currently trying to use StreamYard right now, and then gonna try to use Streamlabs, which I actually already purchased, but this seems a little bit more seamless as far as like getting started. So that's why I went with this one's better interface. I'm gonna have to go watch YouTube to learn though, but let's not hold this off any longer. Let's get into the topics. All right, first things up, the NFC AFC Championship games.
Yes, sir.
Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Green Bay Packers versus the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers. You already know we anti-Green Bay, so
all right.
Sometimes I might be like, let me stick with the division. And I actually like Rodgers. I don't think he gets enough credit. I'm always rooting for the underdog, and although he's not an underdog against all quarterbacks, they kind of shit on him when it comes time talking about the Bradys and the Mannings and the Brees. They're like, it's always some reason to detract from him. Everybody else gets every credible excuse, but Rodgers can't have no excuse. And then you see what happened to his coordinator, how he came and messed up Dallas. Not saying Dallas was on track because their whole organization is trash. Talk about
Mike McCarthy.
But I mean, it just goes to show that like they removed what they didn't think was a problem. People talk trash about Rodgers for complaining about his coordinator, his coach. But and they blamed it on him checking down too many times. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding. The results is there. You can't deny certain things. But with that being said, I'm actually now temporarily a Tom Brady fan. And only because I feel like everybody deserves a fair chance. So again, Tom Brady now is the underdog. He's 45? 45 years old.
43.
43. Oh, too old to be playing football. To be good.
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
too
we
old
saw.
to be playing.
Yeah, I mean, and we had every. I mean, myself included. I was on the naysayer list. I was not anti, not saying I just wasn't ready to crown him as the GOAT. For me, it was like you got to put in. You can't deny what Peyton Manning does, and then football is it's not basketball. So you say, oh, championships and this and that. This is 22 people on each side of the ball, 65-man roster. You can't hold one person accountable for like, oh, Manning should have won more championships. But you can't use it to detract from how great somebody is in the game of football, in my opinion. But you can use it as a block, like can be a step, like you say, all right, Brady got these, but then you look at Joe Montana and efficiency. I mean, you guys got it's so subjective, it's hard to really say what's what. But
Yeah.
what Brady has done this year, going to a new team. Now I will say that the Buccaneers were ready. I wish Winston could have did what Brady got there and done, and I wish I wish.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I feel like at this point it's gonna be time for me. I mean, I'm with him, and everybody was counting him out. Then more people counted him out because they was fans of Winston, but I couldn't do that just because of seeing what he was doing at his age, and with the Bucks, they ain't been there since '02.
Right.
They won '02 though, so watch out.
Yeah.
But for me personally, like it's like they talk about him, they talk about Breeze, they talk about Rodgers. Manning's now out of the game, but he just surpassed Breeze in the game, not in any official stat, but on his way out, y'all, they said he could. We said, because I said, I want to see. I said I want to see him without Belichick because I know that was a strong foundation. Because you see a lot of times when you put anybody in that system, they excel. But we seen Cam Newton go there and not be as successful. Although this was a crazy year with COVID-19, and Cam even caught it once. But and he's coming off that injury season, so I can understand that. But I wanted to see Brady absent of Belichick to see how to see what he would do. Now I wouldn't totally hold it against him, because he is older too. But I mean, no matter what, he already excelled. So then he took out Breeze. Now if he take out Rodgers and then take out Mahomes, you take out the person that they say is better than you, and then you kill the young person.
If he pull this off, it's you just got to crown him to GOAT. I mean,
after this, I won't even have a conversation about Brady being the GOAT with anybody. Like, it's not even up for debate for me if he takes out Rodgers and then he takes out Mahomes. Like, I don't even want to hear the conversation. I mean, he already. I mean, the past has said he has to play Rodgers, so that he will either go through Rodgers or not. But we still have to see how the Bills play because they still have a pretty good chance of winning because their defense is pretty solid over there too.
Yeah.
But I'm Team Bucks, man. I'm going for the Bucks. I'm rooting for the Bucks, and I will put bet some money on the Bucks.
Hey, much as I would like to go with Tom Brady in this NFC Championship game, well, first I got to give Brady his props. I thought it was going to be a little rough for him his first year out the AFC East because, I mean, I give him credit for winning all those division titles, but the NFC East wasn't. I mean, the AFC East wasn't nothing to He just won every year, so he had a first round bye every year. I think he won division like how many times in a row? Probably 10, 12, 14 times in a row. So, and they said this will be his 15th championship game. That's crazy, man. So 15 times he had the right to play to go to the Super Bowl. That's crazy. So, and then this is his first, NFC championship game. But much as I would like to go with Tom Brady, man. Now, if this game was in Tampa Bay, I would go with Brady. But since it's in Lambeau Field on the frozen tundra, I think I might have to go with Aaron Rodgers, man, much as I hate it. Now, see, Brady used to playing, in snow, New England and all that, and him and Gronk, obviously, but
Yeah.
the rest of them, it's a different thing playing in that cold weather and that snow, man. Tampa Bay, they always got nice weather
Yeah.
down there in Florida, so it's a
Brady
whole
said it
different
himself.
ball game.
He said, yeah, when he was doing this post game interview, he was like, yeah, I think my blood's a little thin now, so I am a little worried about the temperature up in Green Bay, but we'll see what
Right? Yeah,
happens.
yeah. I don't think he played a cold weather game this year, so he just played in the dome in New Orleans, so he gonna have to get back used to it quick next Sunday. So,
Well, what I will say,
but
if anybody can acclimate to their surroundings and to adversity, is Brady.
right, yeah. But yeah, if he goes to Lambeau and win, and then if he go and win this title, then I give it to him. He got to be the GOAT. Right
Even if
now,
he make it, I can consider that. But if he go and win, it's not
oh
even a
yeah,
conversation.
right, yeah. Now, see, it's people argue, was it 50% Brady, 50% Belichick? Split half and half. I mean, I guess you can, there's other players obviously that contributed, but those were the two main cogs, the whole, 6 championships. You can't deny Belichick's one of the best coaches of all time. Brady obviously benefited from that. He's a defensive coach, so a couple times, like the Philly Super Bowl, they lost. Green Bay, the Patriots defense wasn't as good as it always is, and they let Nick Foles put up 30 something, it might have been 40 points, but
Yeah, 500 yards too, right? I thought they
Brady
both
did.
threw for 5. Brady, yeah, I thought they both threw for 5 that game.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Might be thinking
that
about points.
obviously if the defense would have did his job, then Brady would have won that one. That he would have had 7. But stuff happens.
Yeah.
But you still got to give Belichick his credit, even though he couldn't do it without Brady this year. Their roster was pretty bad. They had a lot of players opted out for the coronavirus, COVID-19. They had a lot of players on defense. Patrick Chung, he's a Pro Bowl safety. He opted out. There was a couple other players on defense opted out. So he wasn't, he was kind of, the cover was a little bare. They didn't have any offensive skill position talent at all.
No.
Because Brady didn't look too good last year with them. Because the defense last year really what got New England to the playoffs. But like I said, I would like to go with Brady, but I think Aaron Rodgers with the home field advantage. As a Bears fan, I hate to say it, but I think A-Rod is going to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Hey, anything is possible.
Right, yeah, especially this year.
Yeah, with Chad
crazy ass year we have.
The Super Bowl too. I did want to say this stat. That's why I was looking at my phone. I was trying to remember it, but I saw this meme. It said Brady has more playoff wins than every franchise except for the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Packers, and the Patriots. And that's crazy. One player alone is responsible, because one of them is his team. So they only had 5 playoff wins before Brady coming to New England. Now they have 37. So he has 30. He's responsible for 32 playoff wins in New England. I'm pretty sure this is updated. So minus what he's won in Tampa. Was that? Did they play 2 games, or they just play the Saints?
2. Yeah, the Redskins and the Saints.
Yeah, the Redskins and the Saints. So 30 wins he was responsible for in New England. That is asinine. Like, you got 37 playoff wins in your franchise's history, and one player is responsible for 30 of them. But not just one player collectively, but his name is on that 30 with some other people. But that's just crazy to me. Like, that one player got more playoff wins in his career than actually 90% of the league.
Right, that's crazy.
So I wanted to leave y'all with that before we moved on. Hey, remember this. Come back to this video, check it out. I got the Bucks James has the Packers, not by just opinions on who will win. Mine is partially I want Brady to win, and I think he's gonna pull it off. I just think it's on the side. No way somebody in his mid to late 40s comes in and is doing this good this year. And then the defense is sound. He's not in the run game.
Oh,
Ronald Jones.
While we're talking about the defense, shout out to Devin White, LSU. That boy balling, man. He about the best linebacker in the league.
He up there.
Man, the way he playing right now, man.
That Patriots game, I don't really know about. Let's say Patriots. That Saints game, I don't really know about that, man. Breeze was just handing the football to him. You might as well handed it off to Devin White.
Breeze looked too good. He was just all over the field though.
Yeah, he got that fumble recovery where he pretty much snatched it, and then he had the interception on Breeze. But yeah, he was doing everything.
He was smacking Kamara out there everywhere Kamara was at. He was right there, man. That boy. I'm just like this is only his second year, so the leap he took from his rookie year to his second year is man. And then he missed the Washington game. He was on coronavirus protocol. So coming back this game, and playing man, that boy, he got a bright.
Shout out to LSU, baby. Shout out to LSU.
Oh yeah. LSU represented this playoffs. Boy, Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger got a pick yesterday. Jarvis Landry on the Browns played pretty good, caught a touchdown. LSU boys. They got into it a couple times. Just a little, competition. But yeah, that was a pretty good game too. Browns. When Mahomes went down, I thought the Browns were gonna take it, but
I did too, man. But for some reason, I just felt like, damn, I don't want to spend too much time on that one, but I don't know what Andy Reid was thinking. You pass it on 4th and what was it, 4th and inches or 4th and 2?
Yeah.
I'm thinking you run the ball. They said passing the ball, run the ball, punt, rely on your defense. You got Chad Henne in there. This ain't Patrick Mahomes. And he was still it just reminded me, at that moment, I was like, I felt like when I was watching that Super Bowl with Russell Wilson and them, and then Pete Carroll called the pass on it was 3rd and goal or something. Why would you not?
Yeah, which gifted Brady another Super Bowl.
Yeah, because they pretty much gave that one away. That was a crazy call.
Yes,
and that's how I felt this one. But I'm watching this and I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, I wanted Lamar Jackson to make it, but I'm like, that didn't work out. Hopefully he's healthy. Sports aside, hopefully he's good. He recovers from his injury.
He young. He'll be back. He young.
I hope so.
But that boy on the other side, Josh Allen, he looking pretty good this year, man.
He is, man. He is. And
they both from the same draft class. Baker Mayfield too.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield too.
Yeah, so those guys look pretty good in that class. Buffalo, and really you got to give Josh Allen his credit because they don't have a running game at all. They just pass. They said it was the first team in playoff history to not run the ball in the first quarter. They just pass every time. Josh Allen run. Yeah, but he's gotten much better from last year. Because last year I just seen the inaccuracy and him just overthrowing and underthrowing. He got way better this year. Now, of course, getting Stephon Diggs from Minnesota helped a lot.
Yeah,
yeah, that was just the deal of the offseason, I guess. Looking back.
Interview? Did you see the post-game interview with them two? No. They was right next to each other getting interviewed. And then I seen a meme that was like, I just want somebody to look at me the way Josh Allen look at Stephon Diggs.
All right. You better look at him like that. He's got a bona fide number one receivers. Every time he throw it to him, they catch it every time. Shoot.
Yeah.
But they looking good. I think
Buffalo got bad luck with Super Bowls. I said Buffalo got bad luck with Super Bowls. They're pretty good with in the AFC Championship games, but they are.
Yeah. I mean, I earlier I was thinking about it when we was going come on and talk about it. I was thinking about going with Buffalo, but I just can't go against the Chiefs right now. Now we got to see if Mahomes, he had a concussion, so he in protocol. But I think they're gonna.
No. That's what I was arguing yesterday. They didn't rule it a concussion, and I think this is intentional. I think this is intentional. So later. That's why I was telling people. I'm like, nah. They said, oh, because his arm kind of got hooked around his neck, so they try to say like it was kind of like he lost oxygen. That's why his leg. Yeah, I was like, really? Like we all didn't watch the same thing.
Right,
so there was some concussion protocol. Yeah, I don't know myself. That was a concussion, but I think they tried to play it towards like, oh, we can say this. Then we ain't got any concussion. They don't want nobody want to see Chad Henne in the starting position.
Even if they labeled a concussion, it wouldn't have been bad Sunday next week. But yeah, he clears all good.
He passed every test. He was straight.
Yeah, right.
Just like he had a concussion because they don't even want to take no chance on failing one of those tests.
All right, yeah. Yes, but like I said, I saw during the game they posted a graphic. It said in his last 24 games he started, he is 23-1. So I'm not going against that. So yeah. I'm going to go with the Chiefs slightly because I think Buffalo going to come to play. They got a pretty good defense. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs in the AFC.
We should have did it over the spread, but let's see. I'm a different. I wouldn't. Part of me say, hey, I won't bet against Mahomes, but depending on if he actually did have a concussion, hitting hit like that again, that defense definitely come to play. And and Andy Reid his play calling was kind of weird last game, so I'm a little iffy on my faith in him. But they also don't have a running game established like they did before. Edwards Helaire is not going to be supposed to not be playing.
Yeah, he got a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, they were saying it'll be I saw that it was supposed to be a game time decision this week. He had a hip injury in the previous playoff game before this, and then before the last one, and then the high ankle sprain was aggravated. So I don't know if he's going to play this next game, but.
Another LSU guy. Shout out LSU again. LSU guy.
Yeah, I was debating with my buddy or whatever, and I was like, he said they don't got no run. I mean, no running game, and I don't think we affected you. I don't think the running game is needed in the sense that it was 30, 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. The game has changed so much.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Right. Just like I was saying with Buffalo, they don't run the ball at all for real.
Yeah, I mean, really, as a part of running the ball, you just want to make sure you do it occasionally to keep the defense honest and then to control the clock. You don't want the clock to constantly stop because people are dropping passes. I mean, if they're catching them, then that's one thing. But, there's the risk that every time you throw the ball, that the clock will stop. And sometimes, that just make the game longer. Your defense and your offense or whatever players are out in the game longer. They're on the field longer. They get tired, more risk for injury when you're on the field because the clocks keep stopping. So I think there's benefit in clock control, but I don't.
And also, in place of the run game, they do those. They turn to the side and just throw it real quick. That's like a run.
Shuttle passes and shit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and screen passes and shit.
I agree. And I think that it's just not necessary. You don't need a 2,000-yard rush or 1,000, not even a 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, you get a couple backs that can hold on to the ball and not turn it over and make sure they can catch because we look at they've had quarterbacks are averaging like I would say at least 25% more throwing attempts than they were in the past. Like you see some quarterbacks looking at the thing and I'm like, and it's not even good quarterbacks. Like, sometimes it used to be like, dang, this dude should only be throwing the ball like 14 to 20 times a game. And then you see like our quarterback, whether you talk about Foles or Mitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost want to forget his name, but Mitchell Trubisky, we don't want them to throw the ball 50 times a game, but the way the game is constantly changing, it's like
Yeah.
passing is everything.
Yeah, sometimes teams just get like so pass happy. Like the Steelers when they played the damn Browns. Why is Big Ben throwing 60 times? Nick, come on, you know that man too old to be throwing that many times, man. Come on, man. 60 times. That man, they talking about, oh, he got 500 yards. He should. He should have 600. He has to do 60 times. And all them 500 yards didn't a damn yard matter because he just throwing 8 yards, 9 yards, 6 yards, 8. 9.
They was getting trounced. That game wasn't even. I'm watching that shit and I'm just like, man, like turn this off, man. Let's go straight to the mountain, Bailey.
Right, yeah. I gotta give Big Ben. He had a nice career, but it's over with. It's like he just can't throw the ball downfield no more. It's sad to see, man. Like him, Breeze, like y'all had a good career, good run, and it's over, man. It's over.
It ain't sad for me to see. Now, I mean, from a sports person, like, I can't separate sports from who people are as humans, So I see Drew Brees do his little, I just don't agree with kneeling, and my grandfather served.
Right. And yeah, let's not forget Big Ben's off the field.
No, it broke up on my screen. It just kind of broke up for a second. We good.
Okay. Yeah, I said let's not forget Big Ben's off the field activities.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was my next thing. I used to be like, shit, everybody wanna. I mean, not that I condone what Michael Vick did, but I'm just like, man, this dude was actually, I love animals. Humans first, animals second. I mean, this dude was actually allegedly raping women. I mean, there's no way around that. Yeah. Sexual assault, raping women.
Well, it was 2 allegations, wasn't it?
It was 2.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wanted us. We put Bill Cosby. We spoke against him. R. Kelly, we shunned him. Hey, I got to do the same thing to everybody. And being rapist burger got to get his justice, even if it's social media justice.
Yeah, well, I think this was his last year, unless he want to go play for one of those bum teams that don't have absolutely no answer at quarterback. But
hopefully it's not us, because that's our situation.
No.
We ain't got no answer. Hey, you know what? I hope the Saints are really sold on the running back. Take out the quarterback.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah. I hope they really sold on him, because they didn't start Jameis Winston. Chicago will take Jameis Winston. I'll take Jameis.
Yeah, I seen a couple blogs on Twitter talking about that yesterday. Actually,
we need that. We need.
I'll take Winston. I even take Carson Wentz. I like Wentz, man. He didn't have a good year this year, but I think Nagy could get him right. But I might need to change the scenery.
Wentz is the D Rose injury wise in the NFL. Come on now.
He was healthy this year until he got yanked.
And shout out to Buddy though, Jalen Hurts, man. I'm a fan. I've been a fan since he went to Oklahoma. Obviously, I couldn't have been a fan of Alabama. I rooted for him, but I want to see what he do out there. I hope he continues to learn and grow as a player.
Yeah, I think that job is his. Well, it depends on what coach they get next, because they fired Peterson. Yeah. And some people said that may clear the way for Wentz to get back in the lineup, but I don't know. They say he was pretty mad about getting yanked and not suiting up that last game. But
he'll get over it. That's what the offseason is for.
Hey, he was doing your job.
I'm just saying, I've seen our quarterbacks get pummeled our offensive line isn't strong enough to protect somebody so fragile right now. And actually, Trubisky he's like bipolar with his gameplay, man. This dude's like, what? Some games you're like, oh, he's not a bad NFL quarterback. There's some games you like, this dude couldn't even be a high school quarterback. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I seen some people talking about franchise tagging him. No fucking way. No, I wish we would give him $25 million to come back for 1 year. No.
I don't even think they should have kept Nagy. So I mean, I think that pays Nagy. Everybody that engineered that draft Trubisky thing, everybody that came in with Trubisky and that was there around that had a part in that should be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, but they already said they're gonna keep Nagy and Pace, so we got to deal with them at least 1 more year.
Yeah, I was hoping it was just like they was just trying to gauge fan reaction. I made sure to get on my Kevin Durant and get on some Twitter ghost accounts and throw shade. But so you got the Chiefs. I'm rocking with the Chiefs. You got the Packers. I'm rocking with the Bucks. Let's do a friendly wager. I say $50. I got $50 on Brady.
Okay. Bet. Right. I'll take Rodgers. I guess. I don't really want to bet on him, but I'll take it.
If you think you're gonna win, you definitely want to bet on him. But and we already pretty much talked about our next topic was pretty much Brady's place in history, but it was kind of hard to not talk about that when you talk about the game and seeing what he's done so far. So we pretty much already addressed that. Yeah. So the next topic is the NBA, and wow, I came up with this cool little thing. It was NBA early grades, trades, and predictions. I was trying to when I was doing the editing for the thing. So, so early grades, as far as rookie of the year, who do you got? My vote's for Melo.
You gotta go with that Ball, brother, LaMelo Ball. I like him. I thought he was gonna be pretty good coming out, but his passing ability really is he like top 5 right now.
He's better than Lonzo right now.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be the best Ball, brother. It's evident early because he can score and he can pass, but he would rather pass. So he's a pass first guy. His shot looks pretty good.
It looked a lot better. I was watching the game highlights, and his form used to be like it was kind of ugly, like Lonzo joint, and and it looks like they tweaked it.
Yeah. It looked pretty good, yeah. I mean, and then he's still young, so he's just gonna get better.
I mean, I know. I just think about playing. I mean, he is young. Yeah, he got a year of professional ball underneath him too, playing overseas.
Yeah, I think that helped him too.
Yeah, and another thing, y'all got to give LeVar Ball credit. Everybody wanted to crap on him. He did make some decisions, and some things happened. He can't control your kids. He knew what to do. One kid got caught stealing in China. Yeah, you can't mess with the Chinese government. Hey, he wrote his own future. And probably LeVar Ball made the best decision. Hey, you go to college and you go do this. And then Lonzo did his thing. Everybody did what was best for them. Mine is probably Lonzo Ball wearing those big brother baller, whatever those sneakers that was tearing up on the court. But
BBB sneakers.
Yeah, because he had some injuries. But I mean, hey, I would support it as they should have just sold it as casual wear. I mean, ain't nobody really balling in Jordans, like for real. Like you really not. I mean, you see the players doing the tribute, and I'm pretty sure their stuff is probably not fresh off the counter. That shit probably reinforced or something. Right. It's not like, oh, I just went to Foot Locker and bought these shoes and wore them in the game today.
Right, yeah. Right, that's why I've been seeing regular people talking about which number Jordan is the best one to hoop in. Like, nigga, I'm not hooping in these goddamn $200 shoes.
Yeah, number 0.
Is you crazy? I wouldn't know which one the best to hoop is.
I done did it on some I got like 20 of these, and I was I don't care. But like they're not good hooping shoes. Like you know, I don't know. I prefer like the best hooping shoes I ever had was like the Nike team shoes when we used to have like a little fake springs on them, like little shocks and shit. Like those,
Oh,
or,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But I back bringing it back to base though. I support LeVar Ball. It's a lot of challenge. You know, you trying to sell your kid. I mean, one you don't even know. Like all BS aside, if you're keeping it real, you want to tell your kids they could be the president. You want to tell them they could be an astronaut. You want to tell them they could be the next Jeff Bezos or the next Oprah Winfrey or the next Jay-Z or whatever. You want to be able to do that. We don't have a clue what people are capable of when it's all said and done, and you don't want to tell them to settle for less. So you tell them to go out there and get everything that you think you deserve. So yeah, of course you're gonna be the one, you know, like just like people do their affirmations in the morning. I'm smart, I'm beautiful, you know. He doing that shit publicly for his kids to be able to big them
Right.
up,
Yeah.
and, you know, get them into a future that he thinks they deserve. And I don't see anything wrong with that as a parent.
No.
You might see it as controlling. I think that a lot of people just didn't receive that kind of love or support from parents. Growing up. And even if you didn't, you should want that more. That I mean, you shouldn't be resistant to that. You should be like, damn, I'm gonna do this for my kids. I ain't saying you got to make them wear your personal brand or whatever, but I think that would have benefited their family tenfold. You know, if it would have been, if they could have got that off to the point where it's sold to where his kids could have reaped the benefits and the dividends of that in the future, then the great kids, grandkids, you know, yeah, it makes sense. It didn't work out because obviously we're in the age of social media where once something isn't successful, people want to shit on you. You know, the same people that will be laughing at him will be like, "Hey, you need to support this business, support us," you know. But I think what he did was a great thing, and then you see the success. Lonzo is doing what he's doing. LaMelo's doing what he's doing. He's owning. You know, people. It's like once you start saying that, everybody took every opportunity to try to tear them down to make sort of, I mean, and that's crazy to me. Like,
right, yeah, and much as he did for those kids, like obviously you can't say he wasn't there as a father. He was there. He raised them, but you want to pick on, oh, he too loud, he too brash, like, damn, that's him. That's his personality. So how can you? If I think the way I didn't agree with him taking LaMelo out of school, but I mean he chose to do that, and he said, okay, well, you know, we're just gonna take you out of school. We're gonna do this way. I didn't agree with that at first, but then I was looking. I'm like, this might actually be better for LaMelo playing with professionals at such a young age. He can, you know, get used to that, you know, playing with grown men. And shit, it looked like it's working because so far you know, he transitioning, you know, into the league, and it's looking like he's gonna be a pretty good player.
And ironically, I'm on the total other side of the coin. I think it was a perfect idea. I think you learn your kids and you see what works for them. If they are, it's like if my kid was able to solve quadratic equations at the age of 5. Am I gonna send them to traditional school? Nobody talks about when they're like, hey, some kid graduated college, University of Harvard, with a master's at 12 years old. Nobody's like, they should have just sent them to regular school. They shouldn't have took them out. No, they're like you know, man, why this kid so damn smart? How they learn all this, and how does this happen? You know, so we don't question that, but you know, you got to focus on what your kids are great at, and you got to recognize that. And the sooner you recognize that, the better it is for you to make those appropriate decisions to cater to their strengths in life, period. It don't matter if it's basketball or, like I said, engineering or whatever. You know, focus on that. And I think he just made the right choice, man. School ain't for everybody. And then you talking about high school at that. It's not like he pulled them out of college. I mean, even if he did, you know, you got to pay to go to school. It's not free. I mean, I'm sure he would have got a scholarship somewhere, but then, like, why slow down your potential of earning money? Like, because, you know, the franchises, the NBA, the NFL, they don't care. They don't put these rules in place to protect the people. they have a farm league for a reason. They want to farm players from the collegiate system to the NFL. The NBA was high school before. You come straight out of high school and then go to the NBA. Now they have this 1 year removed from high school, and then NFL you have to be at least 3 years removed from high school to be, or college junior, or 3 years removed from high school to go to the NFL. And it's not about the health. And then NBA, LeVar Ball did what he did, and then they modified the G Leagues. The NBA modified the G Leagues thing to allow players to like transition from their high school career to straight into the G League as like a farming system, like how baseball does. But so it's crazy. Everything that he's done, he's been a pioneer, so to speak, in what he's done. Yeah. And to me personally, I don't like to always like make things racial, but it disturbs me when I see black people talk about LeVar Ball.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I mean, this man is there as a father. He's present, regardless if you're talking about overactive. A lot of fathers in the black community is there overactive and not even producing. They're not producing. He producing NBA players, and he got a good heart. I mean, the man's wife. I don't know personally all the medical things that she went through, but I mean, I just watched the episodes. I watched the TV show on Facebook, and I'm watching her learn how to speak again and talk. And that man is still there, still at home, still with his wife, raising his kids. How can you not like this guy?
Right, yeah. I'll root for him.
Yeah, I think people just don't like I think confident people scare people that are insecure. They don't want to see somebody else doing what they can't do. And I don't mean like as far as like producing NBA players and stuff. I mean like that man don't care about nothing. Like he gonna say what he gotta say, and he gonna be with conviction. And it's for the love and support of his family. At the end of the day, I have no doubt that that's what I don't think people say it was for selfish reasons, but yeah, I didn't mean to go on a LeVar Ball tangent, but I'm just like whatever negatives you have, the positives have to be up here.
Right, yeah. Like I said, that man got 2 of his sons, 2 out of 3 were top 3 picks in the NBA draft, man.
And we don't even know if the third one got what it take to get in the NBA, but he's steady getting opportunities to produce. I wish he would have come from China, because college probably would have been his best route. Yeah. Because now his father's nature may count against them, because people probably want to blackball them, but they
right,
can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the other 2 you couldn't, but like him, like, we ain't gonna let him in.
His sample size isn't large enough to, promote, like to support him getting some kind of contract. Like just, that's why he's getting these practice things. People want to see, they want to make money off of saying, hey, we got him coming in.
Yeah, he had D'Angelo had a tryout with the Pistons. Yeah, guess it didn't work out, but
no, it wasn't a tryout. It was a 10-day contract. They cut him 4 days. He was there for 4 days.
Oh, okay.
5 days. Yeah. It didn't last the whole 10 days. I was like, damn. I was like, oh shit, another one.
Right. Yeah, all 3.
But that's crazy. I just, yeah. But moving on, NBA, we got the James Harden debacle. And coincidentally, the Kyrie Irving debacle. I got a different opinion. Let's tackle. We can keep Kyrie Irving's brief. I think that people like I mean I hear these entitled comments like about like, I mean, to me, clearly he's going through some kind of mental health crisis. I think he's actually been in a crisis over a period of time. Like, I think we've constantly seen it, his reactions and responses to certain things. And that's not to shame him or shun him. I think that people say, oh, we agree with mental health. We want people to get support. We want people to get help. But when it's your favorite player or your favorite actor or your favorite whatever, you don't want to give them that benefit of getting that support. Then all of a sudden it's like, you should be here playing. You ain't supposed to be taking a vacation and doing this. And then it makes me think back, even though because you think back to the the Jordan thing. What's it called? The Netflix went to Netflix, but the ESPN special on Jordan.
Last Dance.
Yeah, Last Dance. I only want to say this to reference the what Dennis Rodman needed to be Dennis Rodman was to go take trips to Las Vegas and Canada and whatever to do what he do. But they don't afford, and they didn't care nothing about mental health. But this guy, I mean, people want to say, oh, that was not mental health. He just wanted to do this and did drugs. But that man was about to blow his brains out in the car. You heard it on the same damn thing. I mean, you never know what somebody's going through. I know Kyrie has lost a lot of people, and I recently read he lost somebody else, a friend that was close to him recently. So, I just don't feel the need to, try to shun somebody even further when they're already going through something. I mean, yeah, you want your favorite player to play, you want this, that. Ain't nobody going to games really. So it ain't like, like I know before they was complaining about people sitting out for health reasons, like the whole load management thing because fans go to pay for tickets, but but now that's not really the case because of COVID-19. So if this man needs whatever, the organization should be supporting him. His friends should be supporting him. The other NBA players should be supporting him. Support should be the common thing that's talked about surrounding whatever he's going through or whatever his reason is. I know he said that it was closely related to the incident at the Capitol and like the racial incidents of the past 12 months. So actually last 4 years, but it's one thing to say, hey, you should be here playing with us, and it's another thing to like. I mean, the internet's going to the internet, so I don't expect them to stop from memes, and I may still laugh at some of them, but I mean, we all got our own mental health battles, but I just don't think that publicly people with positions of power, I think media has a lot of power, so like the broadcasters and analysts who talk about about basketball, sometimes you got to remove yourself from that. I used to do this as a player, and you got to think about the people. We're all human beings, so I just want to say that. And I said I was gonna keep it short, but that was about 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think, like I say, I think he's just going through something right now. But the good thing for Brooklyn now is they got Harden. So it's like now they can just say, all right, Kyrie, take your time. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you ready to come back, we ready. So, but I see a lot of people saying that this big three will now be in championship contention. I think we need to slow down a little bit because now Durant has gotten better as a defender, but Harden and Kyrie, they're not known to be solid defenders. So they're going to score a lot of points, but they're going to give up a lot of points as well as they've been doing. But, winning close games and losing close games. They played the Hawks I think a week ago, and it was like 135 to 138. Like they're going to score a lot and they're going to give up a lot. So now I think they might be able to come out the East, but I don't think they're ready for LeBron and AD. So while they might be Eastern Conference champs,
I don't even know if they'll be that. I don't even know if they'll be that. I think in the game, I think they're in the game. I don't know. They need to get somebody else. They need a anchor. Somebody with a motor. Like they got rid of Allen.
That was the. They should have did that. I mean, I guess they had to get Harden, but you're giving away defense to get offense. So, I guess you're just gonna try to outscore everybody.
It's the analytics. But I don't get it. But I'm interested to see how it plays out. I do think that comparatively, they got what it takes. I just don't know if they'll make it to the. I see teams like this. Like I say they match up well against LA because you got offense and then you got the defense. So the offense here, their defense here. And then you got LA. So I think LA, they kind of balance out around the middle because LA is probably equally good defensively and offensively. So that's going to kind of nullify their offense a little bit. But I think they'll be somewhere around the same level.
Yeah, other teams, the Lakers are the number one rated defensive efficiency team.
See, so that's what I'm saying. I don't. I think offensively they will struggle down the stretch. They don't have the shooters that they had last year. I know they're shooting well. LeBron is shooting the best. They said LeBron is actually the best shooter on. Actually right now was well like a week ago he was the best shooter on the team.
Yeah, he balled this year.
But I just got to see it play out. You know, styles make fights. You got to see them kind of put gloves on. But I just don't know if this fight will actually make. You know, I just don't. I think they may struggle with teams before they even make it to the finals.
Yeah, I think Boston. I think Boston might take them out. It might probably be a good series, but if they do happen to make it to the finals, they got DeAndre Jordan, but I don't think he ain't gonna be able to do nothing with Anthony Davis. He a little too old now to be trying to guard AD for 40 minutes. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Got some different looks at him.
I mean, they got Jeff Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He old too.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. He's with KD and Harden and OKC.
Yeah. That's what their organization drafted so well for that not to work out. They got to be the dumbest people. They should have just let that they needed to work that out better because they ended up getting Durant, Harden, Westbrook, Jeff Green, and Jeff Green was the truth when he first came out.
Yeah, he was balling. Out of Georgetown, he was balling.
Yeah, he was balling.
But they didn't want to pay Harden though.
Yeah, man. But dang, they had to work. You had to pay a luxury tax in that situation, like.
Right. Yeah.
Like not besides Green, because Green didn't pan out because of injuries, but that probably would have played out differently if they didn't have to get rid of people and trade people. You could play people a decent amount of minutes or whatever. Because it just doesn't.
Right, shit. All three of them went on to win MVP: Harden, Westbrook, and KD.
That's crazy.
And you had them all when they was young. They went to the finals.
Yeah.
LeBron got them. But KD in the finals.
They had Harden when they went to the finals, did they? They traded him for Kevin Martin.
Who? Okay, see?
Yeah.
No, he was there. He didn't show up. That's the reason why they lost. He ain't show up.
I can't remember.
He was coming off the bench.
What was that? 2011?
2012. Yeah. Yeah, Bron first. That was his first finals win. Yeah, 2020. He lost to Dallas in 2011, and then he won 2020.
Okay, right, yeah. Okay. See, I was right. But yeah, I'm interested to see how he play. He went from being fat to looking like I thought he had on the fat suit because he don't even look fat.
Right.
He fooled everybody.
Right. I said, Dad, I got to shape quick.
He went from looking like Humpty Dumpty to scrambled eggs.
Right, yeah. And then he went the last, I think, 5 games in Houston, he ain't scored 20. Then first game with the Nets, he dropped 33. That's why.
Did he have a triple-double?
I'm back.
He had a triple-double like the first and second game.
Yeah.
No, first, he was the first player in NBA history to have a triple-double in his team debut.
All right, he's back now.
I mean, a part of me and that's what's great. I struggle with the fact, because it was young people and old people. What you got to understand is you have to transition you either transition with the future, but you can't hold us all hostage to your ideals. And we can't hold you hostage for our newly found ideals. Teams, and if you like sports and you support players, you should not be a fan of the organization to the extent where you want to hold the player hostage, you got people sending Danny Green death threats because he didn't make enough threes and he shot bad. That's crazy. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Player mobility should be. I should be able to come because if a organization gets mad at me and they don't want me no more, they can throw a tantrum and trade me. But y'all don't view that as a tantrum. y'all feel like I still got to show up to work. I still got to do whatever they tell me to do. Whatever we are like. This is the part of the Kyrie thing that's been talked about. You don't own us.
Right.
This is a mutual agreement based on contractual obligations. But if I want to void my contract for whatever reasons and let the dust settle and get paid what I get paid because of my voiding of the contract, then that's my right. But it's like people want to continue to trash on these people and say, "Oh, you should be doing this. Oh, you should, like they playing so soft these days." No, people have ownership. The organizations and the teams are nothing without the players. And obviously, yeah, the players aren't nothing without them. But if the players wanted to pick up and start their own league overnight, every player was on the same page, they could.
Yeah.
The organizations just offer the venue for the entertainment. In the age of media, it's not necessary to even do this. It's just like the artists and the transition in music. You don't need a major conglomerate behind you to provide and produce for yourself and your families.
Mm-hmm.
But when these people, and because they're humans first, when these players and athletes are trying to, get out and do whatever they want to do for their families and lives and their own personal mental health, whatever. Like some places just ain't healthy for you to be in, man. Like support them. Just try supporting them. It'll probably make you feel better if you say, "Hey, I know he probably going through something, and I know Deshaun Watson going through something in Houston right now. I'm gonna support him and his reluctance to agree with whatever the organization is putting out because nobody cared when JJ Watts was like, "Hey, I'm out of here. After this year over, I'm done." People was all support. But now Deshaun Watson are answering this phone for the organization. Now people are talking about him. I mean, it's just in every sport, it just overlaps. I don't follow hockey enough to know whether that transitions over to hockey or soccer, but yeah, it's almost like the fans feel like they own you too. Y'all broke as hell, just like us.
Right, yeah. And they want to burn people's jerseys and all kind of shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, like what?
You burning some shit you bought, first of all, dummy.
Yeah.
You paid $90 for this damn jersey, you'll burn it.
Crazy.
Right there. Shit, you don't know. It might be like LeBron. Hey, y'all burning shit. And he come back. Now you could have had it.
Or you find out in 10 years, they're going to be like, LeBron jersey sold between 2010 and 2020 is worth $10,000. I mean, shit.
Right.
I mean, I can't find a Kobe jersey to save my life. God forbid something happened to LeBron, but y'all some motherfuckers, man. First of all, I ain't burning shit.
Not that I bought.
Not that I purchased. I'm not even gonna burn something that somebody else bought for me because I might be able to sell it and get $10-$20 for it. That's better than me burning it with fire. Sell it.
Right.
I'm so mad you don't want nobody else wearing it either.
Yeah.
It's kids in starving countries and stuff, and there's kids in America that can use an extra piece of clothing. So, brighten their day up. Give them the jersey that you want to burn.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I didn't even think about it. I never even thought about the aspect of getting rid of an article of clothing and you could be giving it away or donating it too. So, yeah, that's crazy. I need $1 because I'm poor too, so I can't give it away to nobody else. I got to sell it. But yeah, the NBA, man, it's a lot going on right now. These rookies are exciting. I think there's going to be like a low key slept on draft class. Like I think that there's been a lot of trash talk in the beginning of the year about how they don't think that they will be able to. They want to hear big names. You want to hear like the Zion Williamsons, like that kind of. Like, I didn't get that kind of feedback from the draft this year. People were like, "Oh, if you ain't got the top 2 picks, then and then people didn't even want people. There's a lot of talk about trading down too. I'm really interested to see how it plays out. It looks like the Bulls pick is actually panning out.
He's a pretty good defender. I mean, he ain't doing much on the offensive end, but we don't need him to, so that's the good thing about it. Because Zach LaVine is balling right now. Man, that boy balling, man. I told people last year that Zach LaVine he better be on the All-Star team. I don't care how many games we win. We winning out, we was losing at first. Zach LaVine better be an All-Star this year, man. That man is balling, bro. I'm talking about, I think that's the last 5 games, he averaging like 34 or something. Yeah, man, that boy balling, man. We beat Dallas the last game. Played pretty good. We lost to the Lakers by 1. I think he had 35 in that game. He been on a tear, man. He been way better 3-point shooter than he usually been. Been getting to the hole, mid-range shooting. He just balling, man. Glad he's a Bull. Glad we didn't give him away last year. That's what we usually do when somebody play good. We just trade them, give them away for nothing.
Every player that we get rid of, they always turn out to be good. Except for players.
Right. Right. So yeah, he would have been doing this in another uniform this year. So I'm glad he's still with us and doing it with us this year.
I'm glad they got rid of that coach.
Ever since Barkley called us the worst team in the league, we've been balling. So thank you, Chuck.
The Barkley effect.
Yeah, appreciate it, Barkley. Thank you.
All right, what else is on the agenda?
Think we covered it all, didn't
we? Yeah, I think that's about it. We just gotta wait for another.
Yeah, I think we pretty much got it all.
Yeah. So next week we got the games coming up. We'll follow up with that. We may have a midweek discussion. Let me try to focus on being more consistent. Now we have this is pretty seamless now with this. So we probably just do this for a while I learn how to perfect the other stuff. But yeah. So same time next week, bad channel, or more like Sunday.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for tuning in to the latest episode, first one of the new year. Gonna bring you more as the year progresses, more frequently. So bear with us. We're back, and we'll get the people what you need.
Get the people what they want.
What you want, what you need, what you desire. We're here for you.
Hey, I want to give a shout out, man, before I get off here. My homie, I like his hoodie, man.
Shout out my dog.
You can find it at www.cnother.com. That's CNOTHER.com. Pretty good quality.
C-No.
You know, I had to support the fam. Actually, I bought a Nike hoodie recently, and I feel like comparatively, this one is way better quality-wise. I've been trying to step my hoodie game back up because I just like to go in the gym. I haven't started yet. I'm still 18 days behind on my 2021 goals, but yeah, I bought a mint. Here's like a mint one, and I bought the red one, and copped the tan. It's a tan corduroy for old heads, like the corduroy hats. They slick. The black one slick with the leather band in the middle with the C-Nother on it.
Yeah, I got the butterscotch hat myself.
Oh yeah, that's the one I got Papa.
Yeah, went with my Timbs.
He gifted us a black one in support of Papa's fight against cancer.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Yes, sir. See no other. Yeah, that's my dog, man. You know, me and C-No go back to 1998. Stayed in the same building, 20th in Michigan, downtown, low end Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Met him. Well, I went to Kenwood, he went to Dunbar. But you know, we stayed in the same building. Man, we've been broke together, broke his hair. We used to try to see what we can do to come up, and it's actually so satisfying to see him start this brand. Well, he been started it, but like I was there from the beginning when he like first started it, and then like he used to be like, man, I'm thinking about doing this, but I'm like, man, just do it. Like, man, it's flourishing now. He's taking off. I'm just proud of him, seeing where he came from to where he is now and progressing and doing his thing, man. I'm just proud of that brother. That's my dog. C-Note. Carlton, love you, man.
Shout out C-Note. We're gonna put the link in the comments to the website so you guys can go check it out, copy some gear. Got pretty good stuff, man. You just gotta check it out.
Yes, sir.
If right now they got hoodies and crew neck sweaters. We got a few t-shirts. Hey, if you're supporting the movement, Black Lives Matter, Black folks in general, if you like Black history, he has a Forefather shirt with Fred Hampton and the guys on there. It's pretty lit. You should
Bobby
check that
Steele.
out. Bobby Steele.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll probably wear that one next episode. I got the shirt. Well, I actually have one of the first designs. I got the sweater, the Forefather sweater, and this was from like 2005 maybe. So I got that one. I got one of the archives, and I recently bought the T-shirt, Forefathers T-shirt. So I'll wear that on one of the upcoming episodes, so y'all can check that out. See no other. Check them out. Support Black business.
And out.